Ladies and gentlemen.
And we're back. This is Drew Sitswith. Tonight I'm joined by Jack Woods. How you doing, brother?
That's fantastic. That is a fantastic intro. I was a media student, so things like that always give me a little
Very cool.
a little chuckle.
So where'd you do that at?
I was a media fellow at DePaul University for about 4 years there, and they just taught me all the basic stuff about like radio tech stuff and videography, video editing, radio editing, stuff like that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, sound bites like that. You know, there was this thing we did called like winter term, right? And it was like a 3-week course, and I did the radio thing, and they gave me the 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. shift.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just playing lo-fi music, and I know that everybody listening to it is probably like blackout at a frat or something.
Totally.
At 100%.
I thought it was lo-fi.
Is it? I don't know.
You're the media student.
No, I have no idea. I'm also an old man. I'm also like an 80-year-old man internally, so I have no idea.
How old are you?
I am 25. I just turned 25.
I'm 26.
Shit, we're getting old.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I never even thought that I could do school for radio. Like I've heard people have done that, or like working for a radio station. Like I just never thought, like Josh Potter, do you know who he is? He's a stand-up comedian.
I think, yeah.
Anyways, he just went to the Buffalo, New York radio station, and like worked there, and like they would like pull pranks on him and stuff. And then like he slowly started working at the radio station, right? He's like kind of part of the show. But I just would have never thought to do that, you know?
Yeah, and what I've heard from like old school film students and like what my professors taught me is that the reason that they went to school in the first place was just to have access to the equipment, right? Like they already had plans and they already had ideas. So I think it's kind of cool that like the way it's developed now, it's like, nah, you can just go and then figure it out as you go. But apparently back in the day, you went there with an idea to do things, which I think is still a good approach to have, still fun.
Mm-hmm. Would you, what's your goal? Because you're a stand-up, right? You
Yeah.
do comedy. So is it to do that? Do you want to make movies? Do you want to act? Like what's your end goal?
I mean, right now the goal is 5 Netflix specials and a vulgar animated show. Go the full Bill Burr route. But
Nice.
No, man, I love acting. I did this short film in college. It was a silent movie, right? Cool. And that was just because like the audio, I wasn't very good with the audio equipment because we upgraded our stuff in the middle of the school year, I think. And I don't know, I just wasn't very good at it. So I was like, I'm going to take sound completely out of the movie and try to, and I was also a stand-up. So it's like all of my comedy comes from audio. So I was like, let's see if I can't make something funny out of no noise. And I did this project with my frat brother, and hopefully we'll be able to release it soon. But I completely forgot where I was going with that.
So you were in a fraternity?
Yeah, I was in a frat. Yeah.
And what college did you say? DePaul? I didn't even know there was. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not in Chicago.
Not in
DePaul.
Chicago. Yeah, it's so weird because every time I say, yeah, I went to DePaul, they're like, I love Chicago. And I went to school in Greencastle, but eventually you just say things like, yeah, I love Chicago too, man. The pizza here's great. And I love it.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, Bulls fan, of course.
Yeah.
Nice. I love Nashville too. It's another great city.
Have you ever been?
Oh, of course, yeah. I have a buddy who moved there. So I've been there a bunch.
Okay. Have you ever gone to like the Predators games?
No, I've not.
Oh, dude, that's the experience.
Really?
Yes. I've been to a few NHL games. I've been to an Islanders game. I've been to a Blackhawks game.
Nice.
And I've been to a few other NHL arenas, but the Nashville Predators experience is the best one by far.
Is that Bridgestone?
Bridgestone Arena, baby.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
What makes it great?
Well, I mean, for one thing, I know that hockey fans are typically like the most ruthless when it comes to chants and everything, but Nashville especially. There's this great clip of the 2017 Stanley Cup playoffs. And it was game 3 and Matt Murray of the Penguins gave up a goal, and the chant is, that's one. Thank you, Murray. Can we have another? He shoots, he scores, you suck.
How do you even get that going?
Well, and then you just hear like this chorus, this of 18,000 fans going, Murray, you suck. It's all your fault.
At that point, you just have to laugh, right?
No, it's so funny too. And you could tell in that specific game, Matt Murray was rattled because, I mean, within the next 30 seconds, they scored again and it just blew the roof off the place.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It was so fun to watch. And, I mean, I had always been a hockey fan my whole life, but I don't know, like, and we were talking about this before we got on, but like football teams and everything, like with sports, being a Tennessee sports fan, it's like every year you just know that loss and defeat is coming when you play specific teams. So when you finally reach like the Stanley Cup playoffs, you're like, oh my God, let's win this thing. But, oh God, I could talk about that time period all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so, in Chicago, obviously, they won 3 within, I don't know if it's like 7 years or something like that. So it was awesome. I loved hockey as a kid.
Well, it was a big deal when Nashville beat Chicago when I was like, 13 or 14 or 15, because that was the Kane and Taves era, right?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, so fun.
Yeah, I bet it was.
So have the Preds won?
No, they've never won the Cup.
I didn't think so.
It was. I think it was maybe the last 2 years or maybe the last year they haven't made the playoffs.
When did they become a team? Are they a newer team?
Like late 90s.
Okay,
late
so
90s.
newish.
Yeah.
Still 30 years ago, I guess. But
yeah, and the Nashville Predators' first draft pick, David Legwand, I got to see his last game. Got to see, and I think he had the overtime game winner.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then just like, all right, guys, see ya. And then got traded the next day.
And how does hockey work again with the new teams? It's like you give up like your best player or something like that? Or what is
you give up like a draft lottery pick. I still lament this decision a little bit, and I know I may be in the minority here, but when Vegas had their expansion team, the Predators had to give up a player, and they gave up James Neal. And James Neal was I liked James Neal a lot. He was a bruiser. He was just a solid player, but there were just some rumors about why he got selected, and it had nothing to do with hockey, and that also really upset me.
That does suck.
Yeah, that really upset me.
Is it some political stuff or something? Or
Nah, and I don't even know. Fuck it. What does my opinion matter? And it was, however, 8 years ago, whatever it was. But apparently James Neal was married, and there was a prominent reporter he had coalitional relations with. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's like, well, we can't have that, James. We got to get you out of Nashville. You're a married man.
That is kind of crazy. Nashville, I guess, it's probably a more religious city out of the country, right?
Way more religious. I grew up in a town where if you drove 5 minutes, you could get to a street where there's at least 20 churches within 5 miles. And I'm not kidding.
What town is it? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Franklin, Tennessee,
great.
specifically.
Very nice.
And it's church and Civil War down there. That's all it is. Like just nothing but Civil War battlefield memorials and churches. And it feels like a ghost town sometimes. It feels scary.
Yeah. No, they were telling me about the slave walls. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So there's just these like half walls everywhere, right? And I was told that it was basically just to keep the slaves busy when it was like the wintertime or something, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things down there. Like being from Tennessee specifically, like there's a lot to be proud of. Like I think that there's a lot of great scenery, and I think that the people there are phenomenal to talk to.
Yeah, super nice.
Until you get to politics, and then it's just kind of hit and miss. And I really hate that Tennessee is kind of the forefront in the political atmosphere of like pushing the worst possible shit out. Like Governor Lee and Marsha Blackburn are just the worst possible human beings to be in charge of anything at all. And they've been in charge for however long it is. And I mean, it makes it hard to go back, and it makes it hard to be proud of the state. And then the Nashville Predators don't win the damn cup. And it's like, God, I want to be proud of this place. Right. Can you please?
Why wouldn't they pick a better team name? I mean, that's a terrible name.
That is a horrible name for a team.
Like, it's cool, and I get what they're trying to do, right? Like,
right.
A predator, you're a vicious, alpha hunter. Yeah, but it's like...
Chris Hansen really fucked us. You know?
Yeah, that word has been co-opted. You can't use it.
No, it's awful. It's awful. And during my media fellow award at the end of the year, senior year thing, my professor, he goes, yeah, and Jack, he started freshman year working with the Predators, and it's like, you have stop right there. You have to specify the hockey team.
So what did you do for them?
I worked for an independent outlet called Penalty Box Radio, and I wrote like feature pieces, and I wrote awesome. Recap pieces, and I got on podcasts. Shout out to Daniela Danena, and I got to speak on ESPN Radio and everything, and it was just it was so cool. It was so cool.
How does that even happen?
Well, so how it happened was back when Twitter was Twitter, I saw this ad where it's like you can write about hockey, and I had loved hockey at that point, and I had nothing better to do senior year, and I was working 2 jobs and everything, so I was just like, screw it, I'll do it, and I started writing, and I think I put out like 15 articles, and then I started tagging all of the major media members, and they started retweeting it, and then other people started retweeting it, and then there was this guy named Justin Bradford, and he was he had this organization separate from the one that I was working with, and he was like, why don't you just come on with us? And so I worked with both organizations till the end of the season, and then I just stuck with Penalty Box Radio, and he had already established himself in the media with the hockey presence there. So, he had already had his own ESPN hockey show, and he was already in the press box and everything. And as an aspiring sports reporter, that's like the dream. Yeah. So
just a great resource to talk to about. Yeah,
and Justin was just great. He was great. He was a great mentor, and our little crew that we had was just lightning in a bottle. There have been so many success stories that have just come from that little pod, and I could talk about them all day long. They're phenomenal, and I miss them a lot. And it's a damn shame that they're in Tennessee. Like if they were in Chicago, man, that'd be great.
So yeah, I assume the market's just way smaller, right?
Yeah, well,
because Nashville's booming, of course, but compared to Chicago or New York or LA,
it feels like a play city.
Yeah, I mean it's 15 minutes across the whole thing, right?
Yeah, and what I like about
which is great.
What I like about Nashville is that like once you see Broadway, like it's Broadway, it's its own thing. It's got its own personality, its own flavor.
Yeah,
and I think that's why people like it, and it's different, and it's fun, and it's spunky, but that's it.
Yeah, there's that.
That's it.
And then you find the cool street with like the underground bars. You're like, oh, this is cool. And then you're like, okay, well then that's it.
And then that's it. That's it, right? And like with I love.
You find the second best hot chicken place, but I mean it is good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what I like to say about it is that like New York City, no matter where you are, it feels like a city. Like you are in New York City. You can be in different boroughs, but you're in New York City, right? And with Chicago, it feels like different small neighborhoods bunched together that make a city, right? And then with Nashville, it is just like that one little spot, that one little flavor, but it is an oasis of just nothingness. I mean, like I hate to say it this way, but like, if Tennessee didn't have hills, it would look like Kentucky and Indiana.
That's true.
Like, it's just kind of crazy that way.
Yeah, it is a beautiful place. When he first moved, he went to Murfreesboro, my friend.
Yeah.
So I kind of know about the suburbs a little bit as well. But it's kind of just a great town, nice people, like you said. I think it's a great place.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was awesome to grow up there. I feel like it's a great place to.
Well, and I was a sports guy. I was a baseball player, so there was just so much like elite competition. Elite. I mean, I always said that like if I was even in a town over, I would be like the star player, but it's just not true. It's just not true. There were so many like guys that were like pro ready when I was 17.
Like their parents just travel ball, the whole thing. Like,
Travel ball, but I mean, it's also sports is a lot like comedy in that like it's subjective. Like some of it is like I would say that art is subjective, but the results are objective, right? I mean, if you made the whole room laugh, whether the joke was subjectively funny or not, the result is the same.
it worked.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, and some of these kids had the ugliest swings I had ever seen in my life, and I would be in the cage night after night hitting the ball off of the tee trying to perfect this swing, and then they would just get up there and it's just out of the park.
Crazy.
Out of the park. I mean, it was like clockwork, and it was very humbling too, because I was very much so if you work hard and if you do this, then you'll get the it's like that's just so much of it is luck.
Yeah.
So much of it is luck.
I know. And I think hard work doesn't hurt you, right?
No.
But it does seem to be you kind of have to get lucky. And there's plenty of stories of in anything where someone works their ass off and they just never get that break,
Well, and what
or they get fucked. Not even that they don't get something good happen to them, but what about if something bad happens? It's like
what if something bad happens to you during sports?
Yeah. We haven't even talked about it. I feel weird. We're 15 minutes in, you got a sling on your arm.
You know what's funny? I've yet to address this on stage once. I've been in this slinging for 2 weeks, yet to address it once. I think the only thing I've ever said is I think this joke works with both hands.
There you go. That's good.
I think that's the only one. But no, I was.
You gotta look down and be like, how the fuck did this
happen? I was 15, and I really don't know how it happened. I was nursing a bad ankle because I had gone to a trampoline park and sprained it.
How dangerous are those places, by the way?
Especially when you're trying to impress girls.
Of course, doing a backflip or something.
The backflip, that's what's going to do it. That's the squeaky wheel that needs the grease. This is what's going to get me the girl, is the backflip. And it got me a busted ankle.
And no pussy.
Well, we won't talk about that second part. No, I'm fine with playing. No, I sprained my ankle, and then I was diving back into first base, and my shoulder literally just popped out.
Ugh.
Yep. I mean, it just it went forward and then out, and that day it was a travel ball practice. That was like the very first thing we did. That was like early in the morning. It was like 9 a.m. First thing we're doing during this 12-hour long practice is we're gonna do sliding back into first base. I mean, the first attempt just popped it right out. And
is there pain or does it just feel weird?
It was just shock.
Okay.
It was just shock, and it was like that's not normal.
Right.
That wasn't how it was supposed to be.
It's like my stomach dropped.
That just wasn't how it was supposed to be. And then we went out to the field, and I tried to throw, and and it was like 1,000 knives that were set on fire just stabbed me right in the shoulder. It was the most immense pain I've ever felt in my life.
Why didn't you go to the?
I just thought it was like the ankle. I thought it was just like I can.
You jammed it.
Yeah, I jammed it. I can run because I could still run. Right. I could still 60% run with this ankle, and 60% is fine. If I'm at 60%, I'm good to go.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, this is just like the ankle. It'll be fine. And it was so apparent immediately that it was not. And they sat me out, and it was agonizing. It was agonizing because I had worked my ass off to that point, and I was in the best shape of my life. And, I felt like I had finally reached that peak where it's like, okay, I've reached the best I can get. What's the next level? And then,
damn.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
I was 15. Oh. Yeah. And, you can ask anybody from high school. Baseball was my whole world. It was baseball, Looney Tunes, and Star Wars. Those are my... And Captain America. Those are like my four main things.
You kind of have a Chris Evans look to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
To gas you up a little bit. But.
Thank you. So, one of my friends from high school came up to me, and I was trying to dress like Steve Rogers. Like I had cowboy boots and jeans, and he was like, you look like Captain America.
I'd never thought about that before.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
That's great. I love Captain America too when I was a kid.
That was the best one. I mean, I still okay. Oh, you done did it now. You done did it. Okay, give me your top 5. Give me your top 5 Marvel.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Captain America. I mean, the first Avengers was awesome too. Endgame was sick.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can count that. Are you saying characters or movies?
Just in movies.
Yeah, I don't know. Thor was awesome too. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's.
Am I naming the wrong ones?
No,
the first
no.
Iron Man, it set it all off, right? I mean, that was
Yeah.
fucking sick, dude.
I was having a conversation with my roommate, and he said that if the first Iron Man had just been its own movie, if the MCU had never been launched otherwise, Robert Downey Jr. would have had his career back. I mean, that movie was just lightning in a bottle.
It was right. It was that good without everything else behind it.
I keep
yeah.
saying that, lightning in a bottle. I keep saying that. I don't know why. It's fun. It's a fun phrase. I like that. I like it a lot.
Some people do like a word of the day or something, you know?
Yeah.
You can always tell it's like they just drop something.
Just like what book did I read, Lightning in a Bottle, and why am I saying that over and over again?
It was just lightning in a bottle.
It's just like, but it was.
It's a good analogy.
The first Iron Man, it just was because
Was it Back in Black starts playing in the opening scene? They're like driving to test the missiles.
yeah.
It's fucking sick. Also, it was like gritty and raw and like, you know, that Batman had come out, Dark Knight, right?
yeah.
But it was like that, but it was even less comic booky, right? It was even more realistic. It was even, you know, and also Robert Downey Jr. was the perfect guy. I mean, he killed it. Like, it's just so good.
Well, and you know, we're talking about the guy that made Elf. Like this is the Elf guy,
Right.
And then you throw that in with like failed actor Robert Downey Jr. Like the only good thing that he's really done in the last decade is Tropic Thunder. You know, like
Right. And even that was like a crazy role.
yeah, it was, and so I remember watching that with my dad over and over and over again, and it's still such a good fucking movie. And I'm still such a fan of AC/DC because of that whole series. I got a joke about AC/DC about how they make music for men that talk a lot about women, but like never to them. And I still think that that's true, but they still make amazing fucking rock music.
Going back to hockey, I was at a AAA hockey game or something. The Chicago Steel, I think is what it was called, right?
Oh yeah.
Some stadium, wherever. My family would always go to these kind of weird things like that. And I was maybe 8 years old or something. And anyways, there's this like kind of biker chick and her husband sitting to the side by us, right? And you know, she was hot and had like makeup on, her tits out and stuff, right? And anyway, she was sitting like drinking a beer, and Shook Me All Night Long came on, like just at the hockey game, and she was singing it, and I was like, oh my God.
This is the height of luxury. It does not get better than this.
Right, of course. I was like, she's a grown woman, obviously. You know, just like that, just to see this lady in real life, you know, it was so cool. So that song is like ingrained in my head as like you said about men who don't talk to women, but to me, AC/DC is like a sexy band, you know. Like
It's a sexy band?
I think so. No,
I
Maybe
like
that
Earth.
song.
I think Earth, Wind, and Fire is a sexy band.
That's a sensual band. That's like
sensual
I'm gonna
band.
make love to you. We're gonna put some
Okay.
Earth, Wind, and Fire on. AC/DC's like I'm gonna give it to you. You know.
Wait a minute, because I love Ladies' Night. I love Ladies' Night.
I don't know if I know that one.
It's Ladies' Night.
Sure.
And the feet. Oh, it's that is such a sexy song.
Yeah, but that's like.
That is a sexy song. I don't want to.
all right.
I do not want to have sex during that song, but that is a sexy song.
I'll put it on tonight. I'll see what happens.
You got a hot date or something?
I'm engaged. My fiance.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long have you been engaged?
We just actually passed a year.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, but we've been together for like 10 years.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I used to be a jewelry salesman. What ring did you get?
Oh, cool. I got a fake one. I got a lab grown diamond.
That's okay. I'm going to settle this right now. Get a lab grown. Nobody.
Yeah.
You do not need human suffering and blood on diamonds in order for them to be valuable.
Yeah. And I agree with that. That alone, I think, is enough of a reason.
Yeah.
But physically, the diamond is better, in my opinion, right? It's clearer. There's no imperfections.
Yeah.
It's all contained. To me, it makes more sense. And throw on top of the fact, some kid doesn't have to, you know, get whipped to fucking death to get it. You know. It's
and I mean, there's a lot of great resources about, like we used to say that at the store that I worked at that like, oh, we don't have blood diamonds. We don't have like we go through the right sources and everything, and it's like, okay, come on.
You don't know because also
you have no fucking
they're washing
clue.
it, right? Like this guy buys it, and then this guy buys it, and now it's clean. It's
and
like,
one of the I'm never gonna work there again. Like here's the secret: like you can mark up lab diamonds by like 500%.
They're that cheap.
I'm not kidding.
That's
like,
crazy.
Like we had a 2.5 SI1, which is really good internal quality.
I'll have to remember all of my diamond knowledge.
Right. Like I
kind of just like pushed that out of my brain after
the what is it? The 4 C's? Is it the
cut clarity?
Yeah. So
color.
Anyways, I'm talking a
Perfect diamond.
A damn near perfect diamond. And an SI is kind of crappy for a lab diamond, but you could sell a 2.5 lab diamond at $5,000 and realistically make a profit even if you sold it at $800.
That's upsetting.
Realistically, you could make a large profit if you sold it at like
half the price of a natural diamond, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's like whoever would buy a natural diamond is like, fuck it, it's half off. I'll get this one,
Yeah.
right? But then you're still profiting.
Yeah. I mean, even if you sold it at half of $5,000,
Right.
huge profit, huge
crazy.
upside. And they would, like the company that I work for, they were like, if you sell more natural diamonds, you'll make more money. And it's just not true. It's just simply not true because, would I rather sell like a really, make like one big natural big diamond sale or try to make like a few lab grown sales? It's like the few ones add up way more than
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going on and on about that. My point is you made the right call.
Good.
You made the right call.
From a jeweler, that makes me feel good.
Yeah. Like it's such a bad business.
Yeah, it felt weird. And then, I went to 2 different places, and it's such a salesman-y vibe. Like the guy is trying to be so friendly and act like, and I get it. I understand why you're doing it and all that stuff, but it's like, he's trying to be like, we're getting married. Which one are we going to pick out? And you're kind of like,
we didn't do anything.
right. It's like the guys that I talked to at least were like very friendly and like, this is like the biggest moment in your life. Like we're here to help you out, and just, it felt a little fake, but
well, that's how they sold it to me. Like, right. It's just like you get to help somebody with their biggest moment.
yeah.
And as a person in real life, it's like, this is, I would love to do this, but this is hardly the biggest moment. I feel like the biggest moment is when I see the person walking down the aisle.
Right.
I feel like that's the biggest moment.
It'd be like if the lady at the courthouse paperwork was like, we're going to sign these papers today, people. It's like, this is as like, well, kind of, but like not really.
Yeah, like we need
this is
you.
still a transaction.
We need you here for sure, for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, my sister, she recently got married, and very private ceremony, and she and her partner had very small rings. Very small rings. Didn't go to a lavish jewelry store or anything like that. And I have a feeling that they're going to be married for a very long time and be very happy.
Right. It's like when a couple posts a lot on Instagram pictures of each other, you're like, oh, they're about to break up. It's the people who, me and my girlfriend haven't posted a picture in a year or something like that. And it's like, yeah, no, everything's fine. It's like, if you buy a giant ass ring for your girl, there might be some things that you're compensating for, right?
Well, and I will say that some couples do it differently, but largely the most insecure ones are posting each other all the time.
Isn't that funny? It makes sense, but
well, it's just like, it's almost like you're peer pressuring your partner to not break up with you. It's like, see, you're going to put us through both of that. You're going to put us through both of this? Really? Really? You sure?
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Is that happily said or frustrated? It sounds like.
You know, man, when you're coming out of a relationship and everything, the world sucks and everything sucks and everything about it needs to change and you did nothing wrong and all of these things are nothing. And I'm actually trying to work this out right now, but it's just like after a breakup, you really have two choices as a 20 like a mid-20s white guy. It's like you can go full blown Andrew Tate. Right, you can do that, and that's somewhat society.
You already have the beard,
right? Yeah, like that's totally there. That's totally
it's
an
on
option.
the table.
Or you could try to be a decent human being and try to figure out things about yourself and try to like learn and grow and everything. And it's another thing that I've done post breakup is I've gone fully California sober, like no alcohol at all.
Nice.
It's so difficult.
That's tough, especially from Nashville, big drinking city, to Chicago,
even bigger drinking city.
Yeah.
And I have Irish blood in me, and I'm a competitive guy, so it's
Sure.
like you can't outdrink me, motherfucker.
Wow, that's crazy. Good for you.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
It's since August 1st.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
You feel good, I assume?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to check the camera, sorry.
Yeah. Sobriety is amazing, you know? It is such a pain in the ass, and, you know, yeah, like I said, you just try to make changes, and that's been one of the biggest changes. Is I've just
good for you though.
I've just tried to just stay away from alcohol, and what's weird is that I told my roommates that, and I told my friends and my mom that, and I think really the three people that would be most disappointed if I broke sobriety would be me and my parents.
Yeah,
because my friends are just like we'll support whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Are you doing AA or anything, or just?
I went to a few meetings and everything, and it just kind of felt like I was being shown up. You know, like I'll just tell you.
You weren't that much of an alcoholic?
No, it's not that. It's not that, because, you know, it is a disease. It's a disease that you can't help and everything, and you can't control if it happens to you. And some of my friends were coming in from college, and they had been in Europe for over a year, so it's like this is a big deal. And they came to town, and I met up with them and one of my roommates at a bar, and I had way too much to drink at the first bar. Right, I had so much to drink that when my other roommate showed up, I was like, "I'm giving you the keys right now." Right, like I cannot make it to this next bar. And then we make it to the next bar, and we keep drinking and everything, and the keys make it back to me. Right. And the last thing that I remember was singing "Call Me Irresponsible" by Bobby Darin on karaoke. I mean, I nailed it, man. That was the greatest rendition of Bobby.
In your head.
Everybody was cheering me on. And then I blinked my eyes and I woke up in my bed. And
It's terrifying.
Oh, it's horrifying. And, you know, what's weird is that my keys were in the right place. My car was parked in the spot. It had no damage.
Yeah.
And, you know, even my cat was well fed, and it changed the water and everything. And neither of my roommates were home. And I was like, did they do this? Did I do this? And I went back through my messages. I had sent 50 voice messages to my friend about the Star Wars prequels. And when I go back and I listen to these, I'm like yelling. I'm like angrily yelling about Jar Jar Binks and about Anakin Skywalker. And I'm just like, how am I alive? How did this happen? So, I mean, it was just at that moment where it was just like, I got so fucking lucky. And
So that was it.
that was the moment where it's just like, I gotta stop, because I shouldn't be here. it felt like I was living on borrowed time for a few days, and but then I went to the AA meetings, and it's like when nothing happens, when your life just so happens to not be ruined by your stupid choices, but you listen to other people, and they're just like, yeah. And after I started drinking, I had to turn to heroin, and then I lost my girlfriend, and then I lost my house, and it's like, whoa,
yeah.
I don't know if this is. I don't know if that's.
You can still be sober and not do it through the program,
Yeah, and I gotta give my roommates a lot of credit. I mean, they've been so non-judgmental, and I haven't seen them take a drink around me.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and they have alcohol in the house, but they don't drink around me, which is
good.
Really nice of them.
And the hardest part is like you don't have to go out to a bar till 2 a.m. and not drink, but like you kind of need to be able to be in social situations while people are drinking. Mm-hmm. Like if you can't isolate yourself, right? It's like this is your issue that you need to be able to control.
Yeah.
But that's nice of them to at least make an effort, especially in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
a couple months. So
and I mean, it provides a lot of clarity too, because I've been through this stuff before, and it's the solution. It's not the problem. It's the solution. Yeah. Right? Like people say I have an alcohol problem all the time. No, you don't. You have something else going on.
Right. You have other problems that you're using alcohol to cover up.
Yeah. And it's great.
Homer Simpson says, alcohol, the solution to and cause of all of life's problems.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. Like drinking is so much fun. Drinking is it's great.
Yeah.
Because it makes you believe that if you'd been alive in the 50s and if you could have just replaced yourself with Bobby Darin, then, it'd be Call Me Irresponsible by Jack Woods, right? Like, you really believe this shit. And, God.
But yeah, making those kind of decisions is like, okay, what am I doing with my life?
Mm-hmm. And because of that, it's like, now I can get up in the morning easier. And, I've started this thing called the Artist Way, and it's like this 12-week program of just how to tap into your creativity. I'm waking up earlier. I'm making I'm making breakfast in the morning. I'm like cleaning and shit.
And you said you're California sober, right? So you're still smoking weed, right?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. So.
I mean, Donald Trump is the president. How can you do this life sober? Yeah, like I'm not saying like you cannot white knuckle things right now.
Yeah. I just heard, so Louis C.K. did Theo Von's podcast, and they were talking about or like Lovers Anonymous or whatever, sexual, sex addiction.
Okay.
I'm talking about, right? Louis obviously was the guy who jerked off, whatever. And so he was saying that there was a part right when he first started the program where he was like filling out this survey kind of thing about like write about your sexual history and just kind of go through it. Like he kind of helps you think about like what are you doing this for, right? And so he's like, I was looking back at myself being like, just stop. Why are you doing this? Why are you letting this control yourself? Whether it was pornography or whatever he was talking about. And then he's like, and then the craziest, I'm thinking, but I'm like, he can't hear me. I can't change what I did in the past, right? And then he's like, and then I heard my future self going, no, seriously, you have to stop. Like telling present me that. Mm-hmm. And that like blew my mind. Like, oh shit. Like, yeah, we've all been upset with ourselves about like things we've done in the past, right? But like, if you keep living that pattern, your future you is going to be mad about this current you. When this becomes the past. I'm not explaining this well, but
no, I know what you're saying. It
got me. I was like, oh fuck.
Well, I mean, because you have that voice.
Yeah.
You have that voice in the back of your head going, no,
right.
Stop drinking, come back. And you're like, no, I'm having fun now. Yeah. You will deal with this later. Right. You will deal with this later. I'm having fun now. And I also think that it
as you're wearing an old smoky moonshine hat.
Let me tell you something. That was one of the greatest whiskey tours I've ever been on in my life.
Oh, I believe it. Where's that at?
It's in Gatlinburg.
Oh, fun.
That's another, like, I love Tennessee.
It's great.
And Gatlinburg especially is fun.
Sure. I've been to Pigeon Forge. Is that like the same thing?
Yeah, you're about 10 minutes away from some of the most authentic Tennessee you'll get. It's great.
'Cause you're like up in the mountains, right?
Yeah, I had family. So I have family buried in Bristol, and like a lot of my family is
That's
from.
like a cowboy way to say it.
What?
I got family buried in Bristol. Not my family lived in Bristol.
Okay, so I'll just tell you.
My men are in those hills.
So after during the Civil War, one of my ancestors he fought on the wrong side. I will say that he fought on the wrong side, and and this really is like the story of our family, but just like a fucking idiot. Like the very first battle he's in, he gets shot in the neck. Shot in the neck and captured. It's like, you really are a woods man, aren't you, you stupid son of a bitch.
That's hilarious.
And he got captured.
Get shot like Charlie Kirk.
Oh. See, folks, I didn't say that, and I want my employer to know that I didn't say that. Fuck with you.
But he got shot in the neck.
He did. This is a fact of life. This is a fact that is irrefutable. And we have no feelings about this, okay, other than I'm just fucking with it. I don't fucking care. I really don't fucking care.
Let's save until the end. You seem to be anti-Trump or whatever, so I was like,
okay, so
let's wait for the Charlie Kirk thing.
Okay, is that the?
I haven't talked about it on the podcast yet, so I figured it.
Interesting.
I had a bunch backlogged, so like this is like kind of my first.
Okay.
I don't know, does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, anyways, the story is like, yeah, he got captured, and then he spent the rest of the war in a camp, and then they gave him a mule at the end of the war.
Nice.
And he just rode that mule from like Pennsylvania down to Tennessee, and then just set up camp.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was he from Tennessee originally?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Right.
If he wasn't from Tennessee, he either was from Tennessee or he was from northern Georgia.
Interesting. And you're Irish, right? So I'm sure you could. Have you done 23andMe or anything?
No. Why would you put your DNA in the internet like that?
Yeah, I did it. I just wanted to see. I don't know.
I'm honestly afraid of being wrong. I'm afraid of like the history being way worse than that. You know what I mean? That's like.
Do you think you feel guilty because your relative fought on the South?
Yes, of course I do.
But why do you feel guilty about that? You didn't do it.
I know I didn't do it, but at the same time, it's like that's still like a.
I'm not saying you should be proud of him for
no,
that.
absolutely. I mean, it's like if I opened a civil rights textbook and, like, I don't know, a second cousin was holding a hose.
He was the guy screaming, right?
Like holding. It's like, I don't fucking love that guy. I don't want him associated with me. That sucks. I always thought it was other people. I didn't know. You know, and
fuck, it was one of us.
Like, yeah, dude, we're all the rattlesnakes. Like, all of us look like the rattlesnake. It's fucking terrible.
What does that mean?
Okay, so I think it was Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay, excuse me. He said that like if there were 10,000 rattlesnakes, right? But you knew that 1,000 of them were good, right? Would you take a chance in walking in a room with those 10,000 rattlesnakes, hoping that those 1,000 would defend you? It's like, no. And,
right.
and you know, that's how he likened his experience as a black man in America when dealing with white people. And it's like, yeah, man, like it really sucks as a white person to admit that, yeah, I might have a little bit of rattlesnake blood in me. That really fucking sucks.
Yeah, it would suck to be like, oh, you had like a whole plantation with a bunch of slaves on it. Like,
yeah, that would be the fucking worst. Like, have you seen a clip of Ben Affleck when he realized that like one of his family, like part of his family was in that history?
I've not seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it just blows your mind.
Yeah, that would be fucking nuts.
Yeah, but
we found out some story where on my dad's side of the family there was like. He was like not a pirate, but like he like held up a boat, like a steamboat or something. Like he like robbed the ship or something. I can't remember exactly the whole story, but it was kind of this thing like at Christmas. Like it was before 23andMe. It was like all just like online. Like one of like the aunts like went through the history books or whatever and like found this guy. So everyone was kind of like, oh, like, I guess that's kind of cool, but he was like a criminal? Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
But like also times are different, right? Like if it's like the idea of religion, like if you were born in England, you're most likely going to be Protestant or whatever, right? If you're born in India, you're most likely going to be Hindu. You can't be upset that the guy who was born in the South in 1840 fought for the Confederacy. Like that's where he was placed, you know, that's his timeline. That was what was okay. That's what he was doing. It was for states' rights, man. Come on.
Well, I had a high school baseball coach that tried to argue with me about that. He tried to argue that the Civil War wasn't about slavery, and it's like, you know, it's like states' rights to do what? And it's like, yeah, states' rights to do what?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's one of those where it's like, again, you look back in history and you're like, how could people not think that slavery was bad? You know, like obviously,
I don't know how anybody
forever.
who had an empathetic bone in their body could see another human being in literal chains and not want to do something about it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's and I mean, that is so easy for us to say sitting here right now. At the same time, no, it's not. Because I see like what ICE is doing and everything, and I see these people just being hoarded around in chains, and it's like, how many of those people were just doing their job on Monday and then they're here on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Like, it's just objectively wrong. And I mean, and it's also that moment, it's that moment in the Matrix where it's just like, I can't unsee everything now. Like growing up in Tennessee, part of my education, it was, you know, the Black Panther Party was wrong. And, you know, they were militant and they were threatening the government and everything. And then you read about like why the Black Panther Party formed in the first place. And it's like, it's because the government wasn't giving adequate resources to black communities, and they weren't being protected under the law. I mean, the law was allowing lynches and everything. So it's like the Black Panther Party, they had no choice, right? And, you know, they brought up the story about how the Black Panther Party held a state capitol or like a capitol hostage or something. I'm very bad with that kind of history.
Sure.
That history. But
so what about the Martin Luther King side of it, right? Like you can do it peacefully, right? Peaceful protest. You don't have to create a anti-government militia group to stop it, to fix your problems.
See, I used to think
to play devil's advocate. I'm not saying.
Well,
I would do the same thing. That's the thing, right? Like I would, if I was being oppressed in the '60s as a black man, why wouldn't you join the Black Panther? You know. Like,
well, and I mean, we're saying this talking as to white guys, but like, yeah, but I have a little bit of an interesting take on MLK specifically. I respect the man for everything that he did. It's just that I don't know how, me personally as a human being, I don't know how I could be slapped and punched in the face and being told that I'm not a human being and not want to get violent. If that makes sense. Like if somebody was denying me my humanity, your humanity, like as a human being, I don't know how anyone wouldn't want to get violent.
But I think the idea is that they did want to get violent, but it shows that
what restraint
that's not
does
the answer, you know.
Well,
slap me, turn the other cheek, you know. It's like Jesus, you know.
Well, then what is the answer? You know what I mean?
I think that's it. I think it's okay. You're going to treat us this poorly. We're going to show you how terrible you're treating us, and we're going to make you be the ones to make the change. You know.
Yeah.
If you fight people and you kill people, it's like you're just going to create more. You know, it's like gang shit. It's like you killed my cousin, so I killed your brother, so then you kill my.
I don't know anything about that, but I will say this is just like.
It's the Gaza-Israel thing. You know, it's the same thing. Back and forth. You did this, so I can do this. So you did this, so I can do this.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think that I think that, a lot of it has to do with like the context of the area. And I mean, like with Israel and Gaza, it's like, yeah, if you suppress a people for however many years, however many decades, centuries, eventually somebody is going to fight back. Eventually somebody is going to snap back. That's just my opinion.
Right. But I'm saying, but morally, don't you think that, I'm not saying it's realistic, but morally, it would be better to do a non-violent versus a violent action to try to make change.
Okay.
Just on a moral scale, right?
On a moral scale.
One is better than the other.
I do not believe in violence. I do not believe in violence at all. I don't believe I mean, I say that as a guy that really loves.
I thought we should just like rewind the tape.
Right. No, I say that as a guy that likes UFC and I like watching Muay Thai fights and everything like that. Like I enjoy that, but I don't condone violence. I don't think that violence is ever really the answer. I've been in situations where I could have gotten in street fights and people are fighting on concrete. And it's like, guys, this isn't worth it.
No, not at all.
No fight is ever worth it. And I don't, I also believe that nobody in this country should have guns, police included.
Why do you think that?
Because why do you need them?
To defend yourself.
Against what?
Someone else with a gun.
Well, what if they don't have a gun?
But what if they do have a gun?
Well, what if they don't?
But
I'm just saying that, like,
But what if they do?
Yeah, and if that's the entire precipice on.
What if they have a big knife or something? I mean, that's always what it goes down to. England, they hit each other with hatchets and shit. I mean, someone's always going to try to attack you. There's always going to be bad people.
Sure, is the response to immediately kill them? I don't know. I don't know if that's the right response. I don't know if having the ability to immediately and pretty soullessly kill somebody is the right response ever. I don't know if violence is ever the right response ever, but I will say that whenever violence does happen, especially within a political context, I'm not ever really surprised. Like, does anybody remember why the First World War started? Does anybody remember why the Second World War started as a result of the First World War? Like, all of it is politics. All of it is politics. All of it is, why are you not recognizing my humanity? That is where every war starts from. Mm-hmm. And, like when systems fail large groups of people, you can't be surprised when groups form to protect communities. You can't be surprised if like the larger structure doesn't protect the smaller structures. And you can't be surprised when smaller structures fight back. At least that's my opinion. Right.
Okay, but to go back to guns then, so what about the government? If they're allowed to have guns, what if the police are allowed to have guns? Wouldn't the people, shouldn't they be able to have guns in case the government gets corrupt and uses their guns against the people, right? Isn't that part of it too?
And I mean that's the
if you're the one saying who gets the guns, it's not fair because now you're in charge of all the guns and now you're basically in charge of killing people. I can't kill you now. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think that I don't think that you're ever going to be able to get rid of guns I just think that I don't think we should have them, but I don't think you're ever going to be able to get rid of them.
Right. You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
No. Right. But like the reason that people had guns in the late 1800s was because like small militias were needed to protect people in the United States. I mean, you needed a band of soldiers to go out and kill animals for towns and shit. Like you needed that. We live in an era now where we don't need that. Like we herd cattle, we soullessly like pull everything from animals, like we breed animals and we make them make a bunch of food. Like we don't need to go hunt. I'm not putting on my coonskin happen grabbing my rifle and going out and shooting a damn bear like Davy Crockett. Like, no, you don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah. I'm a deer hunter. I've been hunting since I was like 10 years old or something.
I am terrified of you. Did you take that shot? Okay.
I have a completely different view than you. I think hunting is a good thing, and I think that every person should be a part of it at least once to understand what it's like and what life really is about. I understand that humans, have created these feed factories where they have farms and, mass produced food, which I understand. Everybody can't go hunting for their own food. I understand that.
I will say this. I know how to shoot guns. I know a lot about, like, just because I despise them, that don't mean I don't know how to you.
That's fine. I understand that. Yeah. And maybe that's part of it, right? You understand the power and the killing ability of guns, right? So, but no, I think that, I think hunting is actually very important, and I think that that everybody should do it, or at least see the process. Just because you're eating food, and it's like, it is real. It's not just from a fucking grocery store.
Yeah, that
is a piece of meat. And I'm not pro-vegan. I'm not anti-vegan, but I'm not going to eat food because you shouldn't eat animals. I think you should, because I think that's how nature built us, right? Mm-hmm. It's the ecosystem. So I think it's actually really important. And I think having the ability to own my own rifle and to have the option to get food if I needed it, or to be able to defend myself, I think that is, it's almost, it's like the right to be able to throw a punch. It's like just the ability to defend yourself, feed yourself. I think it's like the idea of it is almost more important than, I don't know. But I understand mass shootings are evil. People kill people with guns, And I understand. But it's a tool, It's like you could kill people with your car, So they always say you could run a bunch of people over. If you take guns away, people are still going to do evil things. You're going to make a bomb. You're going to do something.
Right. And I agree with that. And you'll never be able to take guns from this country. You'll never be able to do it. I do think that you shouldn't be able to own AR-15s or assault rifles or, guns that are very particularly used for warfare. I don't think civilians should have those. I think if you want to have like a hunting rifle or a pistol or I don't know. Okay.
But now you're like, you're dividing, you're making lines. What?
Okay. Hold on. Because I do want to get a gun. I want to get a revolver. Right?
Awesome. Revolvers are sweet.
Yeah, because here's my philosophy. If I can't get you on 6 shots, maybe I deserve to die.
Yeah, that's true. Plus you feel like a cowboy.
Yeah. It's just a little bit, right? But I mean, it's also the principle of like, I don't want like a Glock where I can just keep keep going at it, Yeah,
but the thing is, like, if you're gonna use the weapon,
I think that you would agree that like if you're gonna pull a gun, you have to be mentally prepared to pull it.
Correct.
Pull the trigger.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So I understand your thought process was 6 or whatever, but it's kind of like in that moment, you kind of, you're trying to kill the person. So
yeah,
20 is better than 6, but whatever. That's a little different. I understand magazine capacity is a whole hot debated thing or whatever, and all that stuff. But anyways, we don't have to keep talking about this. I'm not.
No, if you
this
want,
isn't even like my big thing either. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take it this way.
It's not my big thing either. For me. It's just more like I don't want to see more children shot. That is,
I don't think anybody does.
I think that's just from a moral standpoint. That's just where I'm always going to come from. It's just like, I really don't want kids to be shot. That's just, I don't know if that's controversial. I don't know if that's going to get me fired.
I think both sides want that. And that's the other thing too, right? Like left or right. It's like everyone mostly wants a similar thing. They're just going about it in a different way, So,
and it used to really feel like that. You know what I mean? It used to.
True. Maybe it's changed more now.
Well, I mean, if you go back and you look at like presidential debates, they used to be fucking boring. They used to be like, well, yeah, I actually agree with that, but here's how I would do it. And it's like, I
think the big orange man changed that, right?
100%.
That's going to be one of those things, like when we were in school, we learned like, Kennedy looked good on TV because that was the first televised debate. And like, that's why he won. It's like, I think they're going to look back and be like, Donald Trump won because he was able to speak in a way that
so colloquial,
right,
so obscenely human. I mean, it was like having a conversation with a guy at a bar,
right.
And I don't know why people want that out of a president.
That's a good point.
I'm sorry. I don't know why you would want to have a drink with the president and feel like you could keep up with him. Mm-hmm. That's not a good sign.
And what's crazy is Trump's never drank, right? He's completely sober. I don't think he's ever had a drop of alcohol.
Well, he's also not on those files. You know, he's done a lot and hasn't done a lot of things according to him.
It's so interesting. Like, it seems to be like he is involved somehow, right? And he ran on the fact that he was going to release it, and now they're trying to say that nothing's there, right? That's what's happened. Is that right?
I'm pretty sure. I'm just kind of looking around for the red dots to appear on our chests, but
I've heard that Trump got or met, I'll say, Melania through Epstein.
Yeah, I heard
that's the big rumor. I don't know if that's true or not. I think there's suing people that are saying that. So I've allegedly heard that from somewhere else. I didn't come up with that theory, but
yeah. God, that's another.
But that'd be fascinating, right? Like, I don't know.
Well, what bothers me is that they're asking us to ignore the obvious.
Of course, it's so frustrating.
Who
are they fooling?
I am a really smart person in a room full of really dumb people, right? And I'm really dumb in a room full of above average intelligence people. Even I can deduce that, like, nah, that's them together. They're laughing. They're friends. You don't laugh like that if you're not friends.
Yeah.
Like Epstein laughed at a Trump joke the way that a girl would laugh at a guy's joke on like a third date and she really likes him.
Right.
You know, it's just like, it's not that funny.
Right. So I think the idea is that, or what his excuse is that they were friends because they were both in the New York scene in the 80s or whatever, right? High roller parties, rich guys.
Right.
I think Trump found things out about him in the early 2000s or maybe even like the late 90s. So then he banned him from his golf club or whatever, Mar-a-Lago, right? So basically that's Trump's sort of admission of like, hey, I figured out what he was doing and I wanted to keep him away from me.
Yeah.
Then Epstein gets like arrested in 2008. That's where he was slap on the wrist. He was in prison, but he'd be able to leave every single day for work and he would like take private jets. I mean, he was still basically doing everything. It was like a slap on the wrist. And then that's kind of when everybody found out about him at first, and then it really all blew up again, like in 2016 or 17 or 18 or something like that. So again, I could believe that maybe, right? You're a rich guy, Trump, you're at big parties. Epstein would be there, of course, right? That would make sense. So why wouldn't there be pictures of you with him? That was his whole mission. I mean, that's what I think. I think Epstein was some sort of an agent of whoever, or maybe he was working by himself or whatever.
Interesting. I like that theory.
You've never heard that?
No, I haven't. That's interesting. Like he was like a foreign...
Yeah. Ghislaine?
Ooh.
Have you never heard this? Are you fucking with me right now?
I'm not fucking with you. See what I mean? I'm really smart in a room full of dumb people, and you're very clearly not a dumb person.
Yeah. So, no, Epstein was, it was a honey trap. You would get rich people into a room and have women, whether they're legal of age or not.
That's
You'd put them
crazy.
You blackmail them. Yeah. The whole island thing. Yeah. That's why you got to fish it out. Who was on the list for real?
I just thought they were all just horrible people wanting to do horrible things.
No. Like, he would get scientists and stuff to make it look legit. Like, you know, and maybe probably blackmail the scientists, right? So that you sign
I know that Stephen Hawking's is in the book.
Exactly. Right.
Which is like, how?
Right.
How?
But at the same time, I could see Stephen Hawking being introduced to this guy to where he's like, hey, I can get you prostitutes. You're in a fucking machine. Stephen Hawking was like a sex addict. I don't know if you knew that. He would go to strip clubs all the time.
I didn't know that.
He cheated on his wife a bunch. Yeah. He was like just
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, in the wheelchair.
Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, so again, he was like a sex guy. So he met Epstein and he's like, fuck it. He can get me prostitutes.
Oh, that's awful.
Or maybe Stephen Hawking was just there because he was trying to make the party look legit. You invite actors, you invite these smart people, you know. But yeah, no, it was definitely a blackmail thing. Ghislaine Maxwell's dad ran a newspaper in England, and he's was 100% in Mossad, which is like the Israeli CIA, essentially. Yeah, so it was clearly. What you connect the lines? I don't know.
That's crazy.
You got to do a deep dive on Epstein.
You know, I'm happy to say that I don't know the full details of that case. I'm actually really happy to say I don't know.
Sorry.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big. I think that.
You seem to be a news guy, right?
You what?
You seem to be a news guy, like you're up on.
Oh,
politics
I watch Colbert and The Daily Show, and
I used to love Colbert Report. That was such a good show.
Oh, it's still so good when you go back and watch it. It's gold.
Yeah, he nails it. Yeah.
And then he actually went on Bill O'Reilly's show, which is like the guy that he's making fun of.
Right.
And I think he says there's a difference between replication and or something like. It's just like a legal technicality, and he points it out, and Bill O'Reilly just sits there fuming. It's great.
I might go back and watch it. That sounds awesome.
You've never seen Colbert on Bill O'Reilly?
No.
Aha! Now I know something that you don't.
Yeah, no, that's great. I want to watch that.
No, I don't get my news from anyone other than those two people.
Okay. All right, buddy. Before we go into another big, deep conversation, we're at an hour, so we can wrap up. Do you want to...
We can keep going if you want. I'm good.
No. I want to wrap up. So I don't want to have to edit anymore.
Fair enough.
But is there anything you want to end on, or again, plug your Instagram or any shows you got coming up?
Sure.
Like
Just follow me at Jack Woods Comedy Official. That's on all platforms, including YouTube, Reddit, Instagram. I promise I'm not as pretentious as I've come off during this podcast.
I know. I feel bad. I feel like we kind of argued there for a little bit.
We didn't argue at all.
I didn't think so either. I felt like it was like
we have a
good spirited conversation.
Yeah.
I would shake your hand if you weren't in a sling.
God damn.
What?
I'm really happy that it took an hour and 7 minutes to get to that one. Thank you for holding off on those jokes.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm so hungry. Do you want to go get some wings?
Some wing, motherfucker! You got me again.
I'm trying to think of more.
Okay, no, I'll just sit here and wait. Let's see.
Cripple joke seems like too far.
Seems we got to clip this interview. No, man, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate it for bringing me on.
Yeah, thanks for doing it, man. And maybe I'll come out to one of your shows or something. I don't know. Where do you live? Are you over here?
I'm in Andersonville.
Oh, cool. So I'm pretty close. Or what, 20 minutes or something?
Yeah, you can find me at Shakers on Clark on Mondays, typically.
Cool.
And oh yes, okay. Please come out to Happy Day Tavern on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. That is a mic that we are trying to get up and going. It's a lot of fun. We're very new, but please come out. Please have a lot of fun. 5-minute slots, and I'm the host. I will not always be this, but it will be fun. I promise.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
We are out. To the wrong slide.
It's great. Once again, the audio thing, it's wonderful.